Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and we're here to discuss a action comedy film called Aces Go Places Part 3, or as it's called in the in the English dubbed version, Mad Mission 3. Now, Mad Mission or Aces Go Places is a series of 5 films that came out in the 80s from Hong Kong. They are basically action comedy films with a lot of what do you call it, like buddy cop kind of situation, well, buddy and buddy cop as well as thief, basically. So they came out in the 80s and they were really popular in Hong Kong. I remember watching the first 2 films as a kid while growing up in Kuwait on VHS tapes. The second one was a huge favorite of mine, among one of my favorite movies growing up. And I remember we had it on VHS, and I used to watch it a lot while I was in Kuwait, especially with the neighbors next door, my friends, my childhood friends, and I also watched it once we came back to India, watched it until the tape got spoiled. Yeah, so Mad Mission is a really big part of my childhood. The movie series stars Sam Hui as King Kong. He's called Sam in the original in the English dub versions, but he is called King Kong in the Hong Kong version. In the Chinese version, Karl Marker plays Albert O and Sylvia Chang plays Nancy Ho. Those are the 3 main leads. I have done the reviews for the first and the second movie, I think during the COVID lockdowns, I believe, so you can go back and watch those. They're a lot of fun movies, and I highly recommend this if you like those kind of action films. And they don't really take themselves seriously. There's a lot of fun, to be honest. So in this film, basically, Albert O, who plays Karl Marker, Baldy, as he's called in the series, Sylvia Chang, who plays Nancy Ho or Tom. They basically married, and they're kind of like the the resentment has actually settled in quite a bit. They have a son now, a Baldy Jr., who's played by Cyrus Wong, and he is bald, just like his dad, and that's a running joke in the series because Karl Marker has his head shaved. And at this time, King Kong basically is in Paris. He is basically sightseeing over there, but he is attacked by a female assassin or thief or whatever you want to call it, and in chasing her, he's also attacked by Richard Kiel, who spoofs his Jaws character from the James Bond film series. He plays basically the same character. He's called Big G in the movies. And Odd Job, played by Tsuneru Sugiyama, who I kind of knew that he was kind of familiar. He basically was in wrestling. Nothing that we would have that prominent or that famous, but he was in the International Wrestling Enterprise, All Japan Pro Wrestling, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. So I must have seen him somewhere or the other, because he was very familiar to me even before watching the film. So they attack him and he has to escape from them, but once he dives into the sea, he is captured by this shark-like submarine, which is extremely technologically advanced, too advanced for 1980s. But in there he meets Mr. Bond, played by Jean Mersant. I do not know if he's British or French, but he plays the main villain. Although he initially shows him out to be a James Bond like character. In fact, it's even suggested they're basically making fun of James Bond. So it's supposed to be 007. He is licensed to kill, and a fake Queen Elizabeth. That's really funny as well. So they hire him because he's a thief to retrieve the crown jewels which have been stolen, and it has been located in a Hong Kong police headquarters. In exchange, he is given the beautiful woman. What's her name? So her name is not even given here. But she is supposed to be like the assistant to the Queen, and she is, if you know anything about King Kong in the series, he falls in love at the drop of a hat. So he needs an alibi because the cops can't know him. So he tricks Albert. And pretending that he's actually there reading newspapers while Albert talks to the female spy, and it's actually just a fake pair of hands with the holding a newspaper that he hides and basically goes steals the jewels, and then he basically got an alibi. However, it's found out later by Albert that yeah, it's probably um, his friend Sam who is the thief. He interrogates him and they find out, and then later on you find out that Mr. Bond is not an actual agent of the Queen. The Queen is fake. They basically wanted to steal the jewels, and then uh, he he kidnaps Baldy Jr. To force them to give the jewels to him, and then they have to basically fight and get defeat him to get Junior back, and of course the jewels are in safety. The end of the movie, you see a Ronald Reagan look-alike coming to, along with a lot of U.S. agents coming to recruit uh, King Kong for a job, and then he runs away because no way he's going to get in that trouble once again, and he leaves. And that's basically the film. It's a lot of fun to watch. You also have Peter Graves, who plays Agent Tom Collins. That's a lot of. It was a big surprise to see him in it, but yeah, he is there in as well. Just like in the second film, you have Dirty Harry. So they kind of make fun of famous Hollywood actors, but Hollywood characters at least. It's a lot of fun. Karl Marker gets into the kind of trouble with his wife, the kind that nobody on ever existed on this planet gets in. As a hilarious scene towards the beginning of the movie where he and the daughter of the maid who's come to replace her mother were waiting for him. They get into a lot of trouble, and he gets hit quite a lot. But funny thing is, in the movie he slaps his wife quite a bit. I don't think he hit her in the previous film, so it was like once, because she attacks him quite a bit. It's a lot of fun. You can't take the movie seriously. If you're just looking for some comedy, get the dub version if you can. It's called Mad Mission, the series, or Mad Mission 3 in this particular film. As for this particular film, or if you don't mind the Chinese language and the subtitles, you can watch Aces Go Places. Oh yeah, it's subtitled. It's got the tagline "Our Man from Bond Street." So yeah, Mad Mission 3. I give it an 8 out of 10. Nostalgically very big for me. So I hope you like it. Go and watch it. Thank you.